All right, y'all. So first off, I want to say hello. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amber Stewart. I'm the owner of the Stew Project, where I help people maximize your living potential. Now, I know I haven't seen y'all all year. What is this? So I know typically when it comes to like fitness specialists and whatnot, um, every year coaches, when it's around this time of year, they want to talk about productivity and habits to lose weight and to reach your goals and you do this and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like we already know these things. We already know what to do. We just don't do them. And from my experience, from what happened last year, I had a lot of people signing up for my cleanses and detoxes because they're like, oh, I need a reset. I need to lose that last 10 pounds. I need to learn to de-stress because work is hectic and all this and that. And so typically when the new year comes, a lot of busy professionals, because if you don't know, I work with a lot of busy professionals, which is like entrepreneurs, healthcare workers, CEOs, managers, people that like lawyers, doctors, legal people, people that work in the government, essential workers, all those people who have those high stress jobs, and they may find it hard to find that work-life balance. They may travel a lot, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's who I typically work with because it's not about having a set system to stay healthy. Sometimes you have to learn what works for you in this given season of your life. And so typically what I saw last year was a lot of people coming up to me and saying, oh, well, I need to lose this last 5 pounds. I'm having trouble with sleep and this and that. And so what I often tell them, like, you probably need a detox. And if you are making it to the end of the year and you're stressed out, you're burnt out, and you're finding it hard, so here's a telltale sign that you need a detox. You have a hard time losing weight. And so I saw a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, like, I had done so good. I lost 5 pounds in the last month. And then over the holidays, I ate and then I gained it all back. And some people are like, oh, I lost 10, 20 pounds and I gained 8 back. And it's been taking me months just to lose 3 pounds. That's a telltale sign that you need to detox. If you have a hard time with sugar cravings or snacking, then you more likely need to detox. And a lot of people think about detox and like, oh my gosh, I need to do this restrictive diet and do this, this, and that. Yes, it's well, not really restricted. Some people don't know about nutritional detox cleanses, which is what I do. And so I show people how to feed their body, mind, and spirit so that they can nourish their body, have their body do what they need to do naturally. A lot of times people, they drink this elixir or they just, I don't know, take some pills or something, and the detox methods don't really honor their pathways, their detoxing pathways, because your body has 2 pathways. The first stage of your body's detoxing system, it packages up all the toxins and it prepares the body to release it. The second stage is when your body actually releases it, and your body needs different types of nutrients to completely nourish those different pathways. And so what happens if your body detoxes or packages up the toxins but doesn't do the second part, then you make your body even more toxic and you may feel even worse than when you start the detox. So this is why I offer my 21 days and the 28-day nutrition resets, because different people need different things depending on what their health issues are, and so on and so forth. But anywho, I digress. So I was motivated to do this post. I apologize if I'm rambling. To my new people, I ramble, so just bear with me. But there was a quote that I saw on social media from a neuropathic doctor, and her name is Dr. Stacy. On Instagram, her name is Dr. Stacy.nd. And so she said, healing is so much more than just checking off symptoms. When you calm the physical symptoms, you can quiet the mind. And when you quiet the mind, you begin to hear your intuition. And when you follow your intuition, you find your gift. And when you live your gift, you live your purpose. And this is ultimately this quote reminded me of why I created my stress alchemy course and why I do my 21-day total body reset, because essentially it helps you kickstart your physical, mental, and spiritual detox. Because I want to say last year was the first time I was trying to be nice to some clients who had financial difficulties. And so I offered the 21-day cleanse to them without the supplements. And I noticed that they did not get the same results as my individuals that did the full cleanse with the supplements and everything. And I also noticed that when my clients did not do the mental work or do the exercises like they were supposed to consistently, then they also struggled getting the results from the cleanse. And so my 21-day total body reset cleanse has helped a lot of people. So some of the what is that word? Some of the testimonials that I got from this cleanse was that, one, it helped clients reduce the racing thoughts in their head, so they were less anxious, had less anxiety. Two, one person was able to lose 14 pounds in 15 days. Another one was able to lose 5 pounds. From another person's sleep improved, inflammation went down, digestion improved. So there's a lot of potential benefits to this cleanse, but it's only if you do the work. And so a lot of times people, they may buy a cleanse or buy some type of answer to their health issues. And few things happen. Either one, their life gets so hectic that they don't have time to implement it. Two, they feel like they're doing everything that the cleanse is asking them to do when they're really not. Or they're just like, this isn't that important, so I'm not going to do this step in it. And so they cheat themselves out of the results that they desire. Or three, they just start, they do it completely, and they don't keep or they don't maintain the habits to see the lifelong results. So this is one of the reasons why in my stress alchemy course or coaching programs, I start off with the cleanse and then I do an additional 2 months to help them solidify their habits in a way that fits their lifestyle and their schedules. So with that being said, I just want to talk a little bit about mental and emotional well-being, because a lot of times we don't understand why our nutrition is so important to maintaining mental and emotional well-being. And so I'm going to try to keep this brief, but if it's too long, then, just skip forward. But anywho, let's dive into the fascinating topic of, I'm going to call this the tale of our two brains. And so while most people think of the brain as just the organ up here in our heads, there's actually a vital brain in our body that affects how we feel and process emotions, which is our gut. And so you may be surprised to learn that our gut or our digestive system contains over 500 million neurons. And so the only thing second to have, I want to say there are 3 places where you find neurons. It is in your brain, in your gut, and I want to say your vagus nerve. I kind of feel like it's somewhere else. I kind of say it's your heart, but I don't know. The 2 important ones is your brain and your gut. For the sake of this this YouTube video for this week. So anywho, this neural network makes a kind of second brain that communicates with the brain in our heads, affecting our emotions, thoughts, and even our mood. So going back to that quote, when you, hold on, so when you calm the physical symptoms, or when you do the work to alleviate the chronic pain, the digestive issues, the sleep issues, back pains, all the other little things. When you're able to quiet the noise of your physical symptoms, then you're able to listen to your gut more clearly. And even if you have like limiting beliefs or past trauma, then you're also able to negate whether your intuition is speaking or those negative limiting beliefs. Because oftentimes when you have your intuition speak and it's something that goes against your limiting beliefs, you'll have that thought and then you'll talk yourself out of that thought. So that's a telltale sign that you're on the right track and there's some work that you need to do to release those limiting beliefs. But anywho, I digress. Now, when you think about phrases like gut feeling or trust your gut, then there's real science backing this up. Research showed that your digestive system doesn't just process food for nutrition, but it plays a powerful role in regulating emotions, blood flow, and even your body's signals for how you should feel. So how does this second brain impact our daily lives? All right, so let's look at a few examples. So number one, the chemistry of emotions. Now, our gut processes around 40 neurotransmitters, and many of the same chemicals we associate with our brain function, for instance, dopamine or the reward chemical, it is partially created in our digestive system. And even more surprising, about 95% of serotonin is often called the feel-good chemical. So not only our reward chemical, but our feel-good chemical is largely produced in the gut, not the brain. Yeah, when we talk about mood, diet, and stress, the food we eat and the stress we experience directly influences our gut and by extension, our emotions. So when we talk about emotional well-being, it's crucial to consider gut health as a significant factor. And this is why when you are wanting to follow your intuition and you get afraid, you start eating, I was going to say low vibrational foods, but the sugary things and the salty things, the greasy things, like the fast food, comfort foods. And so those things typically affect our gut, and it causes indigestion and it makes it hard for your body to digest properly. And so when this happens, it kind of clouds your intuitive nudges, which is why it's important to eat healthy. But junk food and processed food can make us feel sluggish and impact our mood negatively. And so studies have shown that sugary drinks, fast food, and highly processed foods don't just affect our physical health, they can actually lead to feelings of sadness or depression, which is one of the reasons why when I was going through, so if you're new to my channel, I essentially started my coaching business as a result of when I worked my way up the corporate wellness ladder. I was in San Francisco. I was managing 3 federally owned fitness facilities. So I was a contractor and I managed 3 fitness facilities in the San Francisco Bay Area. And it was stressful. I had a lot of stress going on at home in my personal life. And it was just like everything was hitting me all at once. And so the stress of that, the anxiety of everything, just left me burnt out, and eventually I suffered from depression. And at that time, I didn't have the time to go seek therapy and this and that. I was like, I don't feel like talking to somebody about my problems. I am looking for relief. So what I did was I changed my eating habits because I was eating comfort food. I was hiding my emotions in substances like smoking and drinking and partying and this and that. And so what I had to do, I had to stop, and I changed my diet. I worked on the mindfulness and just took inventory of my thoughts and worked through them. And I learned about cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotive behavioral therapy, just to reframe my mind, because I already knew about the power of law of attraction, manifestation, and I knew that my thoughts created my reality. So I just did all that work. And I was able to overcome anxiety and depression while still working a stressful job. And that's one thing I want to stress. No pun intended. One thing I wanted to emphasize, that you do not have to quit your job, become a monk to overcome anxiety, depression. You just need to set boundaries and adjust your dietary and lifestyle habits to seek the results that you desire. And my intuition definitely helped guide me through that. And once you use this route to improve your mental, physical, and emotional health, like, it's hard to turn off your intuition. It's hard not to be guided. And honestly, you get more peace that way, and you tend to have more breakthroughs, and everything just flows better when you follow your intuition. So, long story short, a balanced diet can significantly lift your mood and help you feel more vibrant. Okay. So, anywho, I digress. So, back to your two brains. Now, talking about the impact of stress on digestion. Now, stress doesn't only weigh on our minds, it heavily impacts our gut too. So when we're stressed, blood flow to the digestion tract decreases, nutrition absorption goes down, and oxygen levels are reduced. And so this can cause problems like bloating, food sensitivities, or even digestive issues that compound our stress levels. So in short, when the gut isn't working well, it affects our emotions, critical thinking, and overall well-being. Yeah. Hopefully you're still with me, because I know I ramble. But anywho, let's talk about the mind-gut connection, because our gut and brain work independently. Our gut and brain work independently, yet they're deeply connected. So they talk to each other constantly, affecting everything from our emotional state to our ability to solve problems. And so chronic stress can make our body act as if it's in survival mode, redirecting blood flow from essential organs, including the gut, to other areas, because you ain't got time to digest food. You have to get up and go and move. And this is oftentimes why when you're stressed, you reach for those simple sugar foods, those comfort foods, starches, and the breads, and the easy to break down foods, because your body needs something that it can digest quickly so you can get back to stressing. Then chronic stress can make our body act as if it's in survival mode, redirecting blood flow from essential organs, including the gut, to other areas. This only adds more pressure, creating a feedback loop that impacts our mental and physical health. Moving right along, if you've ever felt those butterflies in your stomach, you know, that fluttering feeling that isn't just nerves, it's actually part of your body's fight or fight response, signaling the brain to release stress hormones and redirect resources to handle the situation. So this connection between the gut and brain is so powerful that when your gut health is off balance, it can create physical symptoms like nausea or digestive discomfort, affecting how we feel emotionally. And I don't know if you had this happen to me, but it definitely happened to me before. when I was going through that phase in during the lockdown, my digestive system, I was so stressed out, like I was bloated, like it, my stomach literally felt like it was in knots. Like I understand when people say when your stomach is in knots because I could not digest anything. I tried to take laxatives, nothing worked. Like it was a feeling unlike no other. So I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. But I know some people deal with that on a regular basis. And honestly, if you do not learn how to heal these things, this is another way that chronic conditions like Crohn's, IBS, or other digestive issues can occur because acid reflux, low acid in your stomach, all of these things can be caused by stress. Long story short, the takeaway, you have to nurture both brains. And so to maintain a stable emotional state and waistline, we need to take care of both our brains. So the one in our head and the one in our gut. And so healthy food, mindful eating, and managing stress aren't just lifestyle tips. They're essential for a happy mind and body. Now, I hope this helped shed some light on the incredible mind-gut connection and why we need to focus on creating systems in place that not only take us to our health goals, but also help us maintain them. And so I know a lot of times, I know I said this at the beginning, but a lot of times people, they are so caught up in their obligations. So if you don't know, I also work at a gym that is located in a hospital. So I do a lot of personal training for healthcare workers. And this is something that I have to talk to them all about, why they don't lose weight, because they don't manage stress and they don't eat healthy. And even at the hospital, a lot of the foods that they create, a lot of the meals and even the foods in the vending machine is so overly saturated with sugars and unhealthy saturated fats. Because I was like, which fats are the fats? So if you have a hard time figuring out which fats are the good ones and which fats are the bad ones, think about unsaturated fats are the ones that kink. And so if you don't know, anybody likes a little kinky, okay? So that'll help you determine whether the fats are good. If it's high unsaturated fats, that's good. Your omega-3s are good. We do need omega-6s, but there's so much. There's an excess of them. And so when there's an excess of omega-6s or saturated fats, that causes inflammation and makes your stress even worse. And once again, I am rambling on. Just to cut this short, be mindful of your two brains this year and learning how to care for both of them. If you need help, there are links in the description box for services that I offer to help you reset your body. And if you want more information about my 21-day total body reset, so you can properly detox your mind, body, and spirit, information on that is in the description box, as well as my newly revamped 8-week Mind Body Mastery course, which will show you how to improve your eating habits and increase your intuition so you can manifest the life that you want in a body that you love. Hope you have a wonderful new year, and I will talk to you later.